is up, everybody? Welcome back to Unhinged and oh my goodness, Unhinged and Undocumented. I'm the big man Jimbo coming at you with the twin magic Cody and Rafe,
Hey,
and our resident illegal man himself, Mr. Cruz.
This
or
episode,
now is he documented since you said
Oh,
documented?
it's true. Yeah, this
undocumented.
episode, this episode's still not sponsored by Powerade. Seriously, Powerade. Have a great. I needed to bring back my prop.
Well, everybody, we're doing a very special thing tonight, as it is our first full weekend of football. So we're doing a part two. I'm sorry, that made four, but you know, we're
I
doing
took by
part two
two.
tonight.
Pick number 3, my lord.
Three. Well, guys, after an exciting day of football, oh my gosh, we got some things to talk about. But first and foremost, how about them Longhorns? We walked into the big house. We
That was the
Fucking
beatdown of
right.
beatdowns in that game.
For those of you who did not catch the game, the Texas Longhorns went to the big house in Ann Arbor against number, what was Michigan? 10?
Number 10.
10.
Yep.
Against number 10 Michigan, the national championship winners of last year. This was slated to be a really tight game, but this game was anything but close. As Texas walked in there, kicked ass, and then left, finishing off the game with a final score of 31-12. And I know people might say that's not a lot of points, but this was a one-sided game from start to finish.
That score did not do it justice.
No, it did
didn't.
not.
And it was
Michigan's
the points they did get were garbage time points. So
100%.
I mean,
Michigan's defense had zero answer for Texas's high-powered offense. And one of the things that we talked about that we were worried about was the run game. Are we still worried about the run game?
I don't know.
No. Although there was a scare. Blue went down for a little while,
Yeah.
but man, did he come back with a hellacious fury. That last touchdown on the outside, oh, that was gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
He made a statement on that one. But guys, what did y'all take away from today's game?
Honestly, it was just straight dominance. I mean that is a Texas football team that I haven't seen in God knows how long. And I just all around from every single position played exactly the way they should have. They were good on special teams, defense, offense, everything was great to a T. And
absolutely.
A lot of people are saying, "Oh, well, Michigan lost all their starters and their only new coach, blah blah blah." Well, you know what? Before that, they hadn't lost a game since the playoffs of 2022. They haven't lost a home game in, I think
since 2020.
Yeah. It's not easy to go into Michigan, no matter who it is. But Texas has built a powerhouse.
Oh yes, they have. And one of the things I was most pleased by, because this was a big issue last year, was their defensive backs against the pass. Last year they were ranked like 126 against the pass. Their defensive backs did not allow anything today.
Nope.
What was it? Was it 2 interceptions they had today?
Yep.
2 interceptions, forced a fumble. I'm very, very pleased with the way their defense performed. That high-powered offense with all those weapons to just be able to stretch the field. Quinn Ewers doing Quinn Ewers stuff.
And only allowed 86 yards rushing total.
That should tell you the story right there. And I know it's 86 yards, but most of those yards didn't come until the fourth quarter when, honestly, the game had already been decided.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan had no answer. None. And there was a point, because I was talking to my pops about this during the game, there was a point they showed the Michigan coach and just had this look on his face like, what the hell are we supposed to do?
Yep.
I've got no answers. And it was a fantastic game. Cody, what did you take from that game?
Honestly, my biggest takeaway from it was, holy shit, if they can do this to Michigan, this makes me excited to see how they play against Georgia.
Oh, that's going to be such a good game
It's
because
gonna be
as
good.
everybody should know, Georgia has a very high-powered offense as well, and their defense is pretty good. But that's going to, oh man, I just got goosebumps thinking about that. So
See, here's my thing is, yes, we went into Michigan and we put that whooping on them, but if we can beat Georgia, I have no fucking doubt in my mind that we can make a run in the
And
playoffs
I
to
believe Georgia is in DKR.
yes,
I
they are.
I, I think
yes,
They are coming to DKR for that one. But, oh
so
man,
that's
such a
that's
good
exciting.
day. Such a good day to be a Longhorn. Hook 'em horns.
you're
I
right.
mean,
I wanted
that's like
to get
me and this one of the guys that was at the party, um, which is kind of funny because I was in College Station and he was like, "Fuck A&M," but he was he's like, "Yeah, man, the amount of recruits and everything they had," and I looked it up, and they had like 11 5-star recruits, and then it
Mhm.
was like something like 30 something 4 stars. Like it's crazy the amount of talent they have on Texas' team and the speed.
Well, that's what I was telling Mark because I was watching it with Mark for the most part, and our fifth string running back scored a touchdown. Fifth string, like that's crazy.
Okay, sorry, Cruz. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I just wanted to get y'all's thoughts on what happened to Quinn Ewers during the game because I saw the clip after the game had ended where I guess, and y'all can clarify it for me if y'all want. I guess he was taking a knee and he got
You're
a
Oh
talking
yeah.
about the
he
you're
took a
talking
late
about the
hit.
hit on the busted
Yeah,
play. You know,
yeah.
it's really interesting you bring that up because I was actually looking for something now, and look what's on my feed.
That was
That
yep.
play. That
That's what
play.
that's what popped up for me earlier.
Those offensive linemen were ready to
So,
go to war for him.
oh yeah, they were. And you know
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
The announcer during the game said it. If you're still Sarkeesian and he's coming over the bench and whatnot, you're telling him good fucking job.
Yeah.
Clearly, he didn't say fucking on TV, but good job because
Yeah.
that is the sign of a team that is like Rafe just said, or Cody. I didn't really see who said it, but that is a team that is willing to go to war for
Yeah.
him. So to explain what happened there, Cruz, that was a busted play. Okay, his running back went the wrong way, and when he went to hand off, nobody was there, and the heat was coming, so he just took a knee to end the play.
Yeah.
And then the player from Michigan tackled him. That's why the offensive. That's why who was it? Kelvin Banks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Kelvin Banks, who is their one of their returning offensive linemen, one of their I have no doubt is going to be a first star, a first round pick in next year's draft and whatnot. He did not take kindly to that
Yeah.
at all, and that is a sign of a team that is united and is willing to go to war for their quarterback.
Yeah,
And you know what? I was like, you know what? Hats off to him.
Yeah.
Fucking bravo to him. He should have put in that defensive lineman through the ground for that,
yeah.
and he would have.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
good on them to separate them and whatnot to keep everything from happening. Hang on, I just give me 2 seconds.
Because
I
he
gotta
was
find it.
kneeled for fucking like 3-4 seconds before they even hit him. Like,
Yeah.
100%. And honestly, that kind of pissed me off because they didn't call that penalty.
no, they
Or they
didn't.
call that a penalty, despite the fact that he, dropped to a knee. Where is it?
Oh, may I say, I think one of my favorite parts of the game was seeing Matthew McConaughey and Charles Woodson go face to face.
Dude, that was so cool. I was just like, man, I hope they start fighting right now.
All I'm saying is, Glenn Powell needs to release some more hype videos.
100%. Because that was hyped. That
I
was
want
really,
another Undertaker one.
Dude,
For-
an Undertaker one would have been great.
that got me hyped up. Damn, I cannot find it. Hang on. Damn it. I can't find it. Anyway, okay, so what I was trying to find is, I don't know if y'all saw this earlier or not, but after the win today, Texas officially flipped a 4-star defensive tackle from Florida State to the University of Texas after today's win.
Damn.
That is a win for us
Yeah.
because our defensive line looked good, and I think that with time and whatnot, they're going to get better. But we're already starting to look ahead and whatnot for next year's defensive monsters. And that's a big win for us. Flipping, because the guy that we flipped is from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And he picked Florida State over Texas. After today's win, he has officially flipped from Florida State to Texas. And he will be joining us next year on the 48. So that's a big win for Steve Sarkisian and the entire Texas organization. So hats off to Texas for a brilliant play today. Like I said, excuse me for saying this, and if you're a Michigan fan, boo-hoo. We went into the big house. We burned that son of a bitch to the ground, and we walked out. So sorry.
Just like this.
I was so fired. Just like that.
Yeah, for real.
I was so fired up for today's game, and to get the victory was so sweet. Anyway, we're gonna move on. There was actually a couple upsets today in the top 25. Honestly, the biggest thing I think is because I think everybody except for Cruz picked this one. We all picked Georgia Tech to beat Syracuse, but I think Cruz picked Syracuse, right?
No, I picked Georgia. I picked Georgia.
Okay, then we all picked Georgia Tech. Syracuse beat number 23 Georgia Tech today, 31-28, in a shocking turn of events. So Georgia Tech will not be ranked after this week, unfortunately for them. And honestly, the bigger upset for me today, and I was so happy to see it happen because I was rooting for them last week because they were facing A&M. Notre Dame, number 5, Notre Dame fell today at their home to Northern Illinois, 14-16. Go Northern Illinois. I don't like Notre Dame. I hate the Irish. They suck. For some reason, they always get ranked above Texas.
Careful what you say. Seamus will kick your head off.
Bro.
I'm afraid of him. You gotta come find me first.
You just see this in the background?
Right.
Yeah, right.
They can't track our locations, right? So some other big upsets today. This one, I don't remember who the picks were for this one, but unranked Iowa State did beat number 21 Iowa today.
Yep, I picked Iowa State.
Oh, sorry, Clemson. I think I picked Iowa State too because I've always liked Iowa State. I like their coach. He's a very young, very passionate coach. So good for Iowa State. Let's see who else. Did anybody else lose today? Yes, number 19 Kansas. The Jayhawks fell to Illinois today, 21-21. 23-17. So the Jayhawks are out of there. Number 14 Tennessee beat the crap out of NC State, 51-10. And a game that was really close, and I feel like they could have won. They just kind of shot themselves in the foot, and I think they deserve to fall in the rankings for their piss-poor performance. Oklahoma, and I say this very, very heavily because they should be ashamed of themselves. Oklahoma barely skidded past Houston, 16-12.
I was gonna say that, and they were throwing the horns down like they were kicking some ass or some shit. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, their fan base, the player was like, "How the hell y'all gonna be doing that? Y'all barely beating an unranked Houston team." Like, and honestly, Houston's defense gave them all that they could handle.
Oh yeah,
that game was very, very close. Houston's defense just needed a couple plays. They kind of shot themselves in the foot a little bit, but if they had a little more time, I definitely think Houston drives the ball down the field and wins that game.
You know, the game was actually really good that I enjoyed was Ohio State, Oklahoma State,
and Arkansas.
Arkansas.
That was an upset there because we all picked Arkansas to beat Oklahoma State, and they won in overtime. I was expecting Arkansas to beat the crap out of Oklahoma State, but that didn't happen. Some other games going on right now. Boise and number 7 Oregon are all tied up right now, 34-34, with a minute and 13 to go in the fourth. USC is beating the crap out of Utah State, 34-0 in the third. And I think that's it for college football.
I also have to mention that Nebraska completely demolished Colorado, and it made me happy.
How could I forget? I was so happy, and I was just dying laughing the whole time. Look, I love Coach Prime. He's a former Dallas Cowboy and a Super Bowl champion with the Cowboys and whatnot. Props and nothing but respect to him for that. But I'm sorry, as a coach with a school that actually matters, and I'm not taking anything away from him for what he did for Jackson State and whatnot, but for a school that actually matters, he sucks.
Yeah.
The Nebraska just completely manhandled them. It was such a bad game for them. I didn't even see what the final score was. What was the final score?
Last I saw it was like, I think it was
Let's
like
see if I can find
21-3, but I think it was like 28 something maybe. I didn't
hang
finish
on, let me see
watching
if I
it.
can find it really fast. Yeah, I didn't either. It was just a fucking humiliation. Where the hell is it? Where is it? Who are you, Colorado? Where is it? 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 Yada yada yada. Oh wow. Rice beat the crap out of Texas Southern 69-7.
It was 28-10.
Yep, 28-10 was the final score. I literally just found it. And but yeah, so Nebraska won that game all around. Just it was a piss poor performance by Colorado, and I project a lot more of these performances to come this year.
Shador Sanders, you suck. Shador Sanders, you suck.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Greatly. Well, that's all we got for college football. We're going to switch gears over to pro football. Guys, tomorrow is the very first Sunday for the new NFL league. We are hyped. I'm hyped. Game of the week tomorrow. Our first game on the docket. We have the Cowboys versus the Cleveland Browns. Kicking off at 3:25. America's game of the week. Cody
I've never
Race.
been so excited to be depressed.
God dang.
Holy crap. I concur with him, though. I've never been so excited to be depressed either.
But at the end of the day, at the end of the day,
damn it. At the end of the day. All right, but yeah, first on the docket, first game on the docket, we got the Cowboys versus the Browns. Cody, Rafe, is y'all's imp on this game?
I'm gonna say that it's gonna be for the first quarter or two. I think it's gonna be a defensive battle until Dallas's offense can get rolling. But I'm hoping that they can pull away in the second half. I think that's what's gonna happen. But I'm gonna say Dallas wins by 2 touchdowns. Just simply because obviously we don't know what Deshaun Watson is gonna look like. We don't know what he's gonna do. We don't know what their offense is gonna look like in general. I mean, they don't have Nick Chubb; he's still out. So, I think Mike Zimmer with this new defense is gonna be the real deal, and I'm excited.
Okay. So you taking Dallas by how much?
By 2 touchdowns, 14 points.
2 touchdowns? Okay. Rafe, what do you got?
I'm gonna go Dallas by 10, just for the simple fact of, I've got, I know it might be a long shot, but just because I know he still has that short yardage burst, I think I see Zeke having 2 touchdowns. I see CeeDee Lamb having at least 1. Brandon Cooks has 1. I think Dak has a good game. He's gonna start slow, like Cody said, but I think he picks it up, and I think they just run away with it in the end, and I think they win by 10.
Okay. Cruz, what's your input on this one?
I'll say Dallas by 2.
Like 2 scores? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, we'll take that. So I'm gonna say Yeah, I'm going to be bold on this one. I'm going to say Dallas by 3 scores.
Okay.
I feel that Dallas
Making a
has a lot
statement.
to prove. Yeah, I feel that Dallas has a lot to prove coming into this year, especially with CeeDee Lamb being back, Dak Prescott's under a contract year and whatnot, and which I don't think he's going to get. The running game has got something to prove. The defense has way too much to prove. So, yeah, I'm going to take Dallas by 3 scores. Amari Cooper's big return to Dallas. Oh, no, never mind. They're playing over there. My apologies. Amari Cooper taking on his former team. But yeah, I'm going to say Dallas by 3 scores. Again, they've got a lot to prove. So what better way to do it than to kick the crap out of the Browns on the road? So, like you said, like we've always said, we're Dallas Cowboy fans. Of course, this is our year.
Damn right.
All right, moving on. At 12 p.m. tomorrow at CBS, we have the Arizona Cardinals versus the Buffalo Bills. We got Kyler Murray, Josh Allen. So the spread on this game right now is looking like Bills -7 for the victory, and the matchup predictor has the Bills at a 65.9% chance of winning. I'm going to take this one first. I will take the Bills. I'm going to take the Bills, but I'm going to take the Bills by, let's say, 7 points, a score. Only because everybody gone from the Bills. Stephon Diggs is gone. What's Gabriel? Is it Gabriel Davis?
Yeah.
Was that his name? Gabe Davis is gone. Okay, they have a bunch of new wide receivers with Josh Allen. The only people they retained is Dalton Kincaid and their running back and whatnot. I don't know if they reloaded on defense or not. Josh Allen, of course, is always a good quarterback. He better be, because he's my quarterback in our fantasy league this year. And if not, I'm going to go homicidal and kill people. Not really. Not really. Not really. But yeah, I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills by a score. That's my pick. Rafe, what you got?
I'm gonna go Arizona by a score. Just because of the simple fact that I know James Conner's gonna get work, and I don't see Buffalo stopping him, especially with Kyler Murray being in there, being healthy, and having that RPO dual threat type run.
Okay.
I just don't see Buffalo's defense containing them.
Okay. All right. So I'm taking Buffalo by 7. You're taking Arizona by 7. Cody, what you got?
I'm going Buffalo by 10.
Buffalo by 10? Okay. You gonna take any reason why?
I don't know. I know Josh Allen has his ups and downs, but I think this is going to be an up game for him.
Okay.
Just simply because we don't know who the or how the Cardinals defense is going to look per se. I mean, we don't know how anybody's going to look, honestly. But
No, agreed. Okay. No doubt, no doubt.
they did get Coleman as their wide receiver in the draft. So I mean, if he lives up to the hype, who knows? Maybe maybe Josh Allen will throw some points up there.
Yeah, no doubt. Cruz, who you got taking this one? You got the Cardinals, you got the Bills.
I say Bills by 3. Just because I've always heard.
Field goal win.
Yeah, just because I've always heard Bills were kind of like a underrated team. I'll say.
They have been over the years. They've been very mediocre.
I was also kind of hoping to see what Gable Stevenson was gonna do, but they let him go, and I was like, oh, but
yeah, that's what I was kind of disappointed about. I was really hoping it worked out for it. I guess it didn't. So,
also, really quick before we move on, Oregon just beat Boise State in the last couple seconds, 37-34.
The field goal win.
Yeah. They squeaked it out in the last couple seconds.
Yeah, most people would say that it's a shame that Oregon barely won that game, but people forget Boise State plays spoiler to so many teams.
Oh yeah,
they have that mentality of playing spoiler to the top 25 teams. So, way to go, Oregon! Too bad for Boise. I do like the Boise State Broncos, but no big deal. They're not my team. Anyway, so moving on. We have New England versus Cincinnati. Cody, who you got taking this one? But before before you do, bear in mind Jamar Chase is questionable for this game. He hasn't fully committed, saying he's going to play or not, and T. Higgins is doubtful for the game as well. But we've got a healthy Joe Burrow. Go.
So I know we've got a healthy Joe Burrow, and obviously, I want to pick Cincinnati. I do, but I just don't know how New England's QB is going to play. So it's hard to say.
Who is New England's QB?
It's Jacoby Brissett right now.
Oh, Brissett. Okay, he won the job.
It's either going to be Brissett, they got Drake May, and they have fucking Joe Milton.
Oh,
Joe Milton added.
Oh, Milton. I heard Milk. I was like, who the hell is Milk?
Joe Milton.
He needs some milk.
So
I was like, Cruz, did Glass of Milk get a new job?
I know, right, dude?
But
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and take Cincinnati, but I wouldn't be surprised if New England pulls out the win.
Okay. Good call. I'm going to. Man, this is a hard one because you do have a healthy Joe Burrow finally. Okay, but Joe Mixon is gone. Jamar Chase is questionable because he hasn't committed to playing tomorrow or not. T. Higgins is doubtful to play. So there's your two biggest offensive weapons right there.
And you lost Joe Mixon.
Yeah, and you lost Joe Mixon. So who's your runner? You know what? I'm going to take New England for the upset. I'm going to say they have a better game. I'm going to say they play better. And for some reason, New England's defense always plays so well.
They do.
I don't understand that. Their offense is pretty garbage, but their defense plays so well at times.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to take New England for the upset, and I'm going to say they win by a touchdown. Ray, for you.
I'm going New England by 2 scores.
Oh, wow. You're stretching that one. Okay. Cruz, any particular reason, Cody? Ray, sorry.
Just for the simple fact of we have no clue what the identity of Cincinnati is going to be right now. Like, at all.
That's true.
I mean,
that is 100% truth right there.
Which, in retrospect, it could be a good thing for Cincinnati because they don't know what you're going to throw at them. But at the same time, you also haven't really, even if Jamar Chase does decide to play, you haven't had that time with him in camp to get him acclimated to whatever you got going on. So I don't know. I just have a gut feeling about New England winning that one.
Okay. So it looks like, Cruz, before I get your input, it looks like their running back room consists of Chase Brown, Zach Moss, and Trevion Williams. Oof.
That's rough.
That's rough. My words, exactly. Cruz, who you got taking this one?
I don't know. It's a tough call. Like y'all said, there's a lot of variables going into this. People out right now, new people stepping up to positions. If I had to make a choice, probably New England by a score, by 1.
Okay. So you're going to take New England with me as well. Okay. Okay, so just before we move on to the next one, the Bengals are in the match predictor. The Bengals are the heavy favorite at 74.2% chance of taking the victory over New England. So that'll be a fun one to keep an eye on. Next, we're going to move on to the Vikings and the Giants. The Vikings with their newly signed highest paid wide receiver in the NFL in Jay Jets. Let's see. And then you got, of course, the Giants. The Giants. Oh, Giants. Right. So for the Giants, the starting quarterback is going to be Sam Darnold.
Oof.
Sam Darnold had a pretty decent year last year, but
You mean for the Vikings?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, damn, I don't know. That's a tough one because this is Giants, and they lost Saquon Barkley. Their wide receiver room always sucks. Uh, this is a hard one to call, but if Jay Jets can do what Jay Jets normally does, the Vikings are going to walk all over the Giants at MetLife. So I'm going to take the Vikings by 2 scores. And just before we y'all give me off predictions, the match indicator has this one in a deadlock. 49.8 to 49.8 for the winner. So this one's a deadlock. Rafe, who you got winning this one?
I'm going Vikings just because the Giants have Daniel Jones.
The new Carson Wentz of football.
Oh God.
Oh god, dang, that's great.
No, I'm going Vikings by 2 scores.
Okay, good call. Cody, what you got?
I'm gonna go Vikings by 10.
Vikings by 10. Any particular reason?
I don't know, I think with it being, like I said earlier, first game of the season, we don't know what anybody's gonna look like, but I mean, Giants are gonna be the Giants. They're gonna do giant things.
They're going to do giant things.
Oh, ew.
Yeah. Phrasing, boom.
Boom.
But yeah, I think that Minnesota's gonna, put up points, even though they don't have JJ McCarthy, which sucks, but
Yeah, that does suck. I mean, he was their first round pick, so I mean,
it is what it is. Like I said, I think I take them by 10.
Okay, no doubt. Cruz, who you got for this one? Giants or Vikings?
Probably Vikings by 3.
Oh, damn. Cruz
Maybe.
is calling in an all-out asshole.
3 points or 3 scores?
Do what?
3 points or 3 scores?
3 scores. My bad.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was like,
Maybe
Okay,
it won't
cool.
be that, and maybe it won't be that crazy. But Vikings I've seen have been pretty consistent sometimes. So
At times they can be, absolutely.
yeah.
All
Unless
right,
it's
so moving on.
Prime time.
Right. All right, so moving on, we got the Tennessee Titans versus the Chicago Bears.
Bears.
So
Oof.
Chicago loaded up this offseason. They got their quarterback in Caleb Williams, who I do not like, but I've heard nothing but good things coming out of Chicago's camps about him. Everybody's predicting him to be a strong Rookie of the Year candidate. They have amazing wideouts they have amazing wideouts for him to throw to in Keenan Allen, who's out unfortunately, but DJ Moore, Romeo and Dunze, their new one of their draft picks. Like I said, Keenan Allen is out, DeAndre Carter. So they got some weapons, Gerald Everett, Cole Kmet, and Mercedes. Dude, can you believe Mercedes Lewis's old ass is still in the NFL?
Holy shit.
Yeah, how old is he now? Mercedes Lewis is 40 years old now.
Good God.
Oh my god.
Didn't he just sign a new extension too?
Mm-hmm. That old son of a bitch is still playing. But anyway, and then their running room isn't bad either. They've got Khalil Herbert, of course, Travis Homer, Roshan Johnson, DeAndre Swift. See some of their key inactives. Keenan Allen's questionable. He'll go tomorrow. But that's really it that's going to affect them. Montez Sweat is questionable as well. For the Titans, DeAndre Hopkins a no-go, or he's questionable, probably won't play. Chidobe Awuzie is questionable. Jamal Adams is labeled as out for this game. We'll circle back on this one. Rafe, what do you think? Who are you going to take for this one?
Oof. That's tough. Uh,
Give you
I'm
an
just
idea.
I don't
The
think Tennessee, man. I don't know what to think about them. To be honest with you, they're kind of hit or miss right now, and I think Chicago's going to take it. I think Caleb Williams is going to come out and make a statement and show everybody that he's not going to be this bust that everyone thinks he's going to be.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just to give you guys an idea, they are predicting Chicago to landslide them at 62.8 to 36.9. So, Cody, who you got taking this one?
I'm gonna take Chicago because of everything. Obviously, it's on paper, but everything that they've received over the offseason, whether it was through the draft or through free agency, whatever the case is. I mean, like you said, they loaded down, and
Mm,
I think they just all around have a better roster than what Tennessee does.
Okay. So, what do you by how many points do you think?
I'll go by 7.
By 7? Okay.
I think it's a close
Cool.
game, and it'll be 7.
Okay. Cruz, who do you have winning this one?
The Bears.
The Bears? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now that the wagon has officially circled, let the record show that I do not believe in Caleb Williams. Okay. I did not like him in college. He was too cocky. I did not like him for his list of demands for being drafted by a team and whatnot.
Especially after the last season he had.
Oh yeah, at USC, his complete and utter fall apart. Him crawling into the stands and crying with his mother and his sisters and whatnot. What I get can happen, but that's like on national TV, bro. Come on, do that shit in the locker room when nobody will see you. But given that the Titans are, oh man, no more Derrick Henry.
Nope.
No more Derrick Henry. Their wide receiver room is just blah. I know they picked up Tony Pollard and whatnot. I hope Tony Pollard has a good year and whatnot. I really hoped he would have stayed with Dallas, but I'm picking the Bears. Let's move on.
He said, I don't want to talk about this anymore than I have to.
Yeah.
Trust me, it hurts me too.
I'm moving on. We've got the Panthers versus the Saints. The Panthers, Jesus Christ. Talk about just a horrible, horrible team. So Bryce Young, coming in was just year number 2 or 3 for him?
Who?
Year number 2 for him. Had a horrible first season. I would demand to be traded if I played for the Panthers right now. But, whatever. Panthers against New Orleans. New Orleans got the nod to win 63.2 to 36.5. I feel that New Orleans has the better weapons, even with Derek Carr, who I think is overrated. But even with Derek Carr, I'm good. But they do have, like I said, they do have a good wide receiver room, especially with Christian Olave. So I'm going to take the Saints by I'm going to say 10 points. Rafe, who you got taking this one?
I'm going Saints by 14.
By 14?
Yep.
Okay. Any particular reason?
Just for the simple fact that it's a division game, so it could be close. But at the same time, the Panthers, I didn't see them do anything this offseason to upgrade their team. And Bryce Young, I just don't see him getting any better. He makes terrible decisions. He's not a good passer.
Well, I mean, they still got Cuba Hubbard.
Although I do hope that Jonathan Brooks does well for them.
Yeah, I do too. But of course, he's gonna start the season on IR, because he's still not cleared to play. After tearing his ACL and whatnot. So once he does get back to full form, I really hope he does good for them. Cody, who do you got for this one?
I'm gonna take Saints. I'm gonna go with a bold pick on this one and say 21 points.
Holy shit! Just
God dang.
you just kick it. You're not even giving the Panthers a chance. Okay. Why? Any reason in particular?
Like you guys were saying, the Panthers really didn't do anything in the off season. I
Not
didn't see
really.
any big splashes, nothing in free agency. They may have had a decent draft, but I
Yeah.
mean, if Bryce Young plays anything like he did last year, then I don't see them doing anything.
Okay. Good. Fair enough. Fair enough. Cruz, who you got taking this one?
Bro, that's a bold claim by 21 points. Jesus. I'll go with the Saints.
Yeah, that's
All
a
right, so
bold
we're going.
strategy, Cotton.
We'll
For
see if it
real.
pays off
Yeah,
for him.
it's a bold strategy. If it
So we're
pays
going
off.
sweep across the board. I'm sorry, Panthers. Bryce Young, you suck. Moving on. Gentlemen, the Russell Wilson era in Pittsburgh is set to start tomorrow.
Mm.
But Russell Wilson is questionable for tomorrow's game.
Yep.
Yeah, they did give it Justin Fields the 1 reps in practice.
Yeah. And Roman Wilson is also he is out for the game. So, that's one of their big players and whatnot. So he's out. So they've got this one going heavily to, well, not heavily, but they've got this one going to the Falcons, who, of course, made some acquisitions in the offseason. The big of which I still am trying to wrap my mind around this because of what happened in the draft. Kirk Cousins, and for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, they picked up Kirk Cousins in the offseason for a lucrative amount, and then they went and drafted Michael Penix Jr., the star quarterback out of Washington, who got Washington all the way to the CFP finals last year and fell to Michigan.
Now, mind you, this contract for Kirk Cousins was a 4-year deal.
I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening at all. Look, Kirk is a decent quarterback, but that's it. He's decent. There's just, I mean,
Just
he's
paying somebody that much to potentially not even play those 4 years is fucking insane.
and not just that, they don't really have a lot of weapons on the outside. I mean, the only real big names are Drake London and Darnell Mooney. That's it. And then, of course, their tight end, the greatest tight end in football, Kyle Pitts.
Well, you can always put it on Bijan's back.
I was about to say, but of course, we always got Bijan Robinson in there and whatnot. I am going to give this one to the Falcons because, one, we don't root for the Steelers. Okay? They are a mortal enemy. We don't root for the Steelers. And two, Russell Wilson just needs to retire already. I'm sorry. He doesn't have it anymore. It's done with. Okay, but I'm going to take the Falcons by a touchdown. Cruz, who you got winning this one?
Same. Falcons by a touchdown.
Okay. Cody, who you got taking that one?
I'm going to go Falcons by 10.
10? Okay. Any reason in particular?
I think it's just going to end up going that way. I mean, honestly, I can see it going either way, but I think just Falcons.
Okay.
I was really waiting for him to say just because I hate
Kirk's going to have one of those games where he plays, he has those games where he plays well, and he has the ones where he plays like shit. I mean, I think he'll have a good game, and it'll just be what it is.
No doubt, no doubt. Rafe, who you got taking this one?
I'm gonna go Steelers just based on their defense. I think,
Steelers?
yeah, I think them having, whether it be Russell Wilson or Justin Fields, it's a hell of a lot more of an upgrade of what they have had the prior 2-3 years, really since Big Ben has retired.
Hey man, I was a Mason Rudolph fan. Total joke. All right.
But
How much you got them winning by?
I'm gonna say 13.
13?
Yeah.
Okay. And back off. Okay, so moving on, we're I wish he would have turned his camera off.
All right, so you saw that too. All right, cool. I was the only one.
Let's go. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Miami Dolphins. So they are giving this one to pretty heavily to Miami at 59.8 to 39.9 of the Jags. Some of the key inactives are going to be Daniel Thomas for the Jacksonville Jaguars, Keelan Robinson, IR, Andrew Whittington, IR, or Andrew Wingard, my bad, IR. And then on the other side, Jalen Ramsey's questionable. Malik Washington is out. Odell Beckham is physically unable to perform. And Cam Smith
When
is
is
on
that
IR as
dude
well.
ever healthy?
For real, though. For real. Cody, who do you think is going to take this one, man?
You said it's Miami and who?
The Dolphins. Sorry, Miami and Jacksonville. Old Sunshine.
I want to take Miami.
Sunshine.
I think just with the high-powered offense that they have, and their defense is pretty good as well. I think they're just going to take it. I'll go by 14.
Ooh, that's a big spread. Okay, not bad though. Rafe, who you got taking this one?
I'm going Miami, just for the simple fact of their speed.
Yeah, speed does kill sometimes, and they got. And I'm gonna go ahead and take Miami as well, mainly because they do have a pretty solid running game. Their defense is pretty solid as well. But and then at the same time, you've got two of the I'm gonna say at best two top 10 wide receivers in the NFL right now, in Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
Yeah,
Tyreek, you have to pay him special attention because of how fast he is, and if you put in too many people on Tyreek, who's going to cover Jalen Waddle, who has shown time and time again he can make big plays. So, and
that's the
if
thing
he's
with
not
Waddle is he's
huh?
fast. That's the thing with Waddle is he's fast and can get vertical too.
Oh yeah, 100%. So if Tua's not throwing, plus you got Tua. Tua's looked good he definitely looked good last year. If he's not throwing to Tyreek, he's going to throw to Waddle. If he's not throwing to Waddle, he's going to go to Tyreek. So I'm going to say Miami by 2 touchdowns.
Woo, drop my phone. All right.
Cruz, who you got taking this one, Miami or Jacksonville?
Oh man, so either Tony Khan or Ray Finkel. Nice.
Oh God, Finkel's Einhorn.
Bro, dude, they'd be dominating if they had Finkel. I'll say Miami.
Miami. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good pick. All right. So this next one is going to be difficult for us because of one of the teams it involves. But we all know how it's going to go. We have the Houston Texans versus the Indianapolis Colts.
I figured that was the game. I figured that was the one.
I'm going to go ahead and leave this one off because I want to get this over with. And make no mistake, I am not a huge Texans fan. I just like the Houston Texans. But the Houston Texans have a stacked team. So I'm going to say the Houston Texans are just going to flip the Colts over and just rear them from start to finish. Tank Dell, Nico Collins, Tom Schultz, Joe Mixon, who is now with them, giving them a running game. Their defense was pretty good last year. I think they shored up and got better. I'm going to take the Texans by 3 scores. God forgive me. But yeah, that's my prediction on that one. Cody, who you got taking this one?
I'm gonna take Texans by 2 scores.
Okay. Any reason why?
I think they're way too loaded. I think that Anthony Richardson is still trying to find his niche as how he fits into their system.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, Indianapolis does have a decent looking offense. They got AD Mitchell, and I think he has potential to be a really good receiver in the league.
No doubt.
So I think it's going to be probably start off pretty slow, but I think that Houston's going to pull away.
Okay. What do you got on by? 2 touchdowns, right?
Yes.
Rafe. No, not Rafe. Sorry, Cruz. Who you got taking this one? Sorry, Rafe.
I'll probably pick Houston just because I think they want to try to repeat their performance last year, which kind of shocked everybody, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I'll pick Houston. I'll say Houston by 2 touchdowns.
Okay. Rafe, what do you got? Let me guess.
Guess.
Go ahead and say it. He's a yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually going Colts.
What?
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm going Colts on this one for the simple fact of we've talked about this already. The Texans are loaded, but they might be too loaded. They might have too many mouths to feed.
We talked about this during the offseason.
We did. And
Okay.
Stephon Diggs is the type of receiver where if he's not getting targets, he starts playing like shit.
That's true. That is true.
And
it has a tendency. Go ahead.
If you look at the history of, even recently, the history of the Colts versus the Texans, the Colts have always had their number. Always.
Somehow they have from time to time.
And I think Anthony Richardson's going to come out and show that he's got something to prove after having an injury last year. And I'm actually predicting CJ Stroud to throw at least one interception in this game.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, wow. So is that going to be your upset pick for this week?
Yes, it is.
Oh, how interesting. This should be good. Okay, so the spread on them is -3 by a total of 48.5. So everyone's picking the Texans to win. Again, they have a really high-powered team on both sides of the ball. Again, their defense only got better during the offseason. But I am picking the Texans to win, but I will say this. Should they lose, I want everybody to remember what I said during the offseason a lot about this. There is such thing as the rookie jinx. Okay, a lot of rookies come into the season, have amazing first years, and then they take a nosedive off the map. Now, Bryce Young is an exception because he sucked in his first year, so he might just continue to suck, or he might turn out good. Who knows? But should C.J. Stroud have a shit year this year, I will not be surprised, but I'm still picking the Texans to win. Fast forwarding, we got the Los Angeles Raiders versus, the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Los Angeles Chargers. This is a game I'm just like, okay, it's football, whatever.
It's a game that's happening.
Yeah. Only reason I say this is because, Las Vegas, not the Chargers. They just, what did they do? I mean, they went and picked up J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards.
They're in rebuild mode.
Look, I get Austin Eckler didn't have the best year last year, but he still did better than J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards. And not just that, they let their 2 star wide receivers go from last year, Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. What? Look, I know they're getting up there in age and whatnot, but that was your offense last year.
Yep.
Justin Herbert threw to them more than anyone else. If it wasn't going to Mike Williams, it was going to Keenan Allen. If it wasn't going to Keenan Allen, it was going to Mike Williams. And then on the other side of the ball, you've got the Las Vegas Raiders, who just... The only thing I can say about the Las Vegas Raiders is...
Minshew Mania.
Minshew Mania. That's it. I'm gonna go toss up here. I'm gonna say the Las Vegas Raiders get the win, and I'll say they win by 3 points because this is gonna be just a giant shit show. I think. I know everybody thinks that Justin Herbert is gonna have a resurgence and have a better year this year, but I just don't see it. So I'm gonna say Las Vegas by 3 points. Cody, who do you got?
I'll take Vegas by 3 as well. Honestly, it's kind of hard to pick between two because neither of them have really impressed me recently.
Mhm.
The only reason I say Vegas is because, I mean, you've got Devontae Adams. If you can get him the ball, he can make some plays.
No doubt, no doubt. Cruz, who you got winning this one?
Probably the Raiders.
Yep.
But like you said, it feels like it's just gonna be just the game that's happening.
That's so sad to say, but yeah.
Yeah,
Ray, who you got taking this one?
I'm going Vegas by 13. For
Vegas by
the
13,
for the simple fact of they still have Devontae Adams. Granted, Josh Jacobs is gone. He's in Green Bay now.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. Like you said, this game is just kind of like a whatever it's on kind of thing.
Right, it's there. It's there. And that's it. Okay. Sorry. So moving on, we've only got a couple games left. This one I'm actually excited to see. We've got the Denver Broncos versus the Seattle Seahawks. We have got Geno Smith still trying to make his comeback. I think Geno had a really good year last year. He had some key mess ups and whatnot that cost them not to get into the playoffs. But Geno Smith looked pretty decent last year. But I am excited to see Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Bo Nix didn't. When did Bo Nix go in the draft? Did he go first round or
This
second
year.
round?
First round.
Did he? Okay, so he went in the first round, and I don't. Who was the first quarterback that went off the board this year? I don't remember. Oh, it was Caleb Williams.
Caleb
My
Williams,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think Bo Nix was like I think like somewhere between 2 and 4 that went off the board. I think Bo Nix is a really good player because he played phenomenal for Oregon last year. He gave Oregon every chance to win last year. They just couldn't get over the hump against Washington, who eventually made it to the CFP finals. But I'm excited to see what Bo Nix can do. Granted, the Broncos don't have a lot of weapons and whatnot. I'm excited to see Bo Nix play, and I think he can definitely help turn that organization around. So I'm going to take the Broncos by 7. Rafe, who you got taking this one?
Oof. Damn. That was honestly it's tough. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go Broncos by 3.
Broncos by 3? Okay.
Yeah.
Cody, who you got?
I'm gonna go Seattle by 3.
Okay.
Just because I mean we don't know how Denver's gonna look. We already kind of know, who Seattle is for the most part,
Yeah.
and how Geno has played last year. So I don't know. Like I said, I think it'll be a close game, and they'll probably win on a last-second field goal.
Okay. No doubt. No doubt. Cruz, who you got taking that one?
Who's playing?
It's going to be the Broncos versus the Seahawks.
I'll say Denver.
Okay.
Sorry, I got distracted because I'm still following the college games. USC and Utah State. The game is just got delayed because apparently all the power started going out.
Oh, lovely.
But USC is still dominating 41-0, and they were like 10 minutes into the fourth quarter.
The other team, the other team turned the power off. Was like, we're done.
I saw all the posts that started coming up. That the power apparently started going out, but yeah, that's where that.
All
game
right,
is
the power.
right but yeah, that's where that game is at right now.
Okay, guys. So we got 3 more games to go. So we got the Commanders versus the Buccaneers.
This one is intriguing for me.
Cody, who you got winning this one, man?
I'm going Commanders.
What?
You fake cowboy fan! I'm gonna punch you in the dick.
But I don't know why. I just have this weird feeling that Jaden Daniels is going to have a great game, and I think they win by 3.
Okay, well,
something bold,
you are a traitor.
New fresh idea.
I'm not a traitor for fucking telling my opinion, bitch.
Well, I'm going to go the opposite direction because I think he has finally found a home, a permanent home. I'm going to go Buccaneers by 10 points. Baker Mayfield showed that he can be that guy. That's that. They were able to lock up Chris Evans with a new deal. Chris Godwin is back. They have a decent running room. Their defense is
Captain America?
good. Get out of here. Their defense is, their defense is normally pretty good. Yes, Jalen Daniels does give the Washington Redskins. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to say that, or did I? I feel like Jalen Daniels gives Washington a good chance to win, but I don't think it's enough. So I'm going to take the Commanders, but I'm going to take the Bucks by 10 points. Rafe, who you got?
I'm taking Bucks by 14.
Okay.
And I know it's a little bold, but I mean, it's Mike Evans. It's Chris Godwin. Baker Mayfield showed a lot of promise last year. As much as
Cade Otton.
Yep, Cade Otton.
He likes to go to Cade Otton for some odd reason.
I don't know, but it's just a feeling. Not to say that, and I think it might be a bit of a shootout, honestly. But I think they're still going to win by 2 scores.
Okay. Cruz, who you got winning this one?
The Bucks.
The Bucks? Okay. Mm-hmm. No doubt. Okay. And to wrap up Sunday Night Football, a full day of Sunday Night Football, gentlemen. We're waiting all day for Sunday night. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to see Kelly Clarkson. I can't wait to see her.
Kelly Clarkson? You mean Carrie Underwood?
Carrie Underwood, whatever. I always get them mixed up.
Kelly Clarkson used to be a Cowboys cheerleader. Did you know that?
Yes, I did know. That's still super awesome. I can feel Megan staring a hole through me right now, but it's okay.
Well, the game's back on for USC and Utah State.
Cruz, nobody cares.
I know, no one cares.
To wrap up Sunday Night Football, we have the Detroit Lions versus the Los Angeles Rams. I'm taking Detroit by 14 points. I feel I absolutely love the Lions. I always have. They are a true American underdog story. Like, what's his name? Their coach. What's his name? Dan Campbell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like Dan Campbell. He has got a fiery passion. Jared Goff has found where he belongs. I think that they are going to prove again this year that they are that team now. And then the Rams just suck. Hate to put it out there. I mean, don't get me wrong, Puka Nacua, good player. Cooper Kupp, of course, veteran presence. Matthew Stafford's old ass can still probably do it and whatnot. But I'm just the Lions. I think are just going to be too much to handle. So I'm going Lions 14 points. Who you got?
We'll go Lions 14 points as well. Just because we don't know what Rams defense identity is.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the loaded Detroit offense is going to put some points up.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
And their defense is really good too. So I think even 14 points might be a little low.
Right, no doubt. Cruz, who you got taking that one?
I'll say Detroit Lions.
Okay. Rafe, who's your pick, man?
I'm going Detroit by 3. Just because. So I actually saw a stat the other day that actually kind of boggled my mind, but it makes sense. So ever since Goff and Stafford have switched teams, they have the same exact completion percentage and same exact amount of touchdowns.
You know, I saw that the other day. I didn't know if it was true or not.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. But I think that it's going to be a close game. the Rams losing Aaron Donald is a big hit for them. I think that's going to cause a lot of problems.
Hey, serious question, because I don't know. Did he retire?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I must have missed that one.
But I think Matthew Stafford picks up where he left off. I think he plays well. Cooper Kupp's out there. Puka Nacua. I mean, they still have a loaded team, so I'm not doubting them. I wouldn't be surprised if they won, but I'm picking Lions by 3.
By 3?
3 points. Like a field goal.
Oh, interesting. Okay. And gentlemen, this brings us to our final game for Week 1, which we played on Monday Night Football. We got the Super Bowl runner-ups from last year, the NFC East, the NFC excuse me. We have got the NFC champions, the San Francisco 49ers, taking on Granddaddy Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is back with the Jets. He is healthy. He is ready to play. We got the 49ers versus the Jets on Monday Night Football. I'm picking the Jets by default because
Fuck 49ers.
we all know how we feel about the 49ers. Well, I'm picking the Jets not purely based because, I hate the 49ers and whatnot, but I think that Aaron Rodgers has something to prove this year that he can still play, despite his old-ass age. But I swear to all that is holy, if he goes down on the first play again, like he did last year,
oh God,
he needs to retire.
For real, he really does.
Facts.
So, for our last picks of the night, Cody, who do you got winning this one, man?
I'm going Jets by 10.
Jets by 10? Okay. Any reason in particular?
As long as Rodgers can stay healthy, he's got the offensive weapons to help him on the offense, and their defense is really good, especially with Sauce Gardner on the outside. I think it's going to be a really good game. I think they'll probably, pull away by 10 towards the end of the game.
Okay. Cruz, who you got taking this one?
I'll pick the Jets, and for the love of God, Aaron Rodgers, stay healthy, bro. We'll just put you in a. We're just need to put him in a bubble at this point.
Be like Bubble Boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Be like Bubble Boy, throwing the ball.
But yeah, I'll pick the
Jets. And to wrap up our picks of the week, Rick, who you got winning this one? I swear to God, if you say the 49ers.
I am not going to say the 49ers. If I said that, I wouldn't believe it because, to be honest with you, I'm going Jets by 3 points just for the simple fact of I think that okay, so a lot of people are on this Brock Purdy train, and I get it, but I see him having a slump. He had that 3-game slide last year where they lost 3 straight and was throwing interception after interception. I think Sauce Gardner picks him off in this game. Whether it's a pick 6 or not, I don't know, but I think he gets picked off at least twice, trying to make throws that he shouldn't, just because Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to score to put that pressure on him to where he has to make those throws and has to throw down the field. And whenever he's pressured like that, he does not do well.
Truth. So key to victory on that one. Make him very uncomfortable in the pocket to pick up the win. All right. Well, that is our full slate of games for week 1. Whew, that was a lot.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
But, hey, this is Unhinged and Undocumented, guys. We're going to see, and we will be back with y'all again next Friday to discuss everything that happened throughout the week in week 1 and to get you guys hyped for the next round of college games and the next round of NFL games next week. Does anybody got anything they want to add before we get out of here?
I just wanted to, whoever's watching, be on the lookout because I believe we will be doing a quick review video of what happened this past week in wrestling. We'll probably be doing that tomorrow, getting that posted up as well. So,
yes, indeed we will, and we will be doing shorts. By the way, I know this one was supposed to be a short, but we've got some things in the works we're going to try out. Our shorts most likely will include our Wrestling Man Cruz and possibly Rafe and maybe me and Cruz or me and Rafe at some point. But we always, we got to get everything in there.
And by the way, our newest YouTube short has 400 views. Our newest TikTok has 500. So Jimbo, thank you.
Yes, let's go, sir.
I hate
Greatest draft moment ever. Yes.
I hate all of you.
We love you, buddy.
Greatest moment ever.
You know what?
You should have been a cheerleader.
I was a cheerleader. I was a mascot, if you don't remember that.
Oh yeah.
Not for Sealy, but I went to school in Austin. After I broke my ankle, I couldn't play football, but I still wanted to be involved, so I became the mascot for our high school for a little while, which was fun. Hey, I got to travel with the team, and I got to get in all the games free. So I mean, there was that.
That's all that matters.
It had its perks. Anyway, you guys, well, thank you so much for joining us. Again, this is part 2 of our first weekend of fall football. Again, be looking out for the wrestling shorts. We'll have all the results from Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, NXT, and whatever else we want to talk about. For Unhinged and Undocumented, I'm the big man Jimbo. With me is the Twin Magic, Cody and Rafe.
You.
And of course, our resident Undocumented Cruz himself.
Where?
Don't worry, Cruz. We're going to get you that green card one day, I promise.
One day.
For Unhinged and Undocumented, thank you so much, guys. We'll see y'all later.
Peace.